Hello friends, it's Chrissy. Welcome to or back to my channel. This is my September chakra spread. This is my own reading for myself for September. I like to do this with you so you see an example of what my chakra readings are like. I do offer this on my website. I will connect with your chakras, tell you about them, and then offer a guided Reiki meditation to bring balance into your chakras. And that is the work that I do here. I do this for myself, and then when I'm done here, I step away and do my own internally led guided meditation. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not real excited about this today. As I've been my monthly pull and my daily practice for the last few weeks, I'm getting so many fives. Like, I am in the middle of things, and I don't like it. I don't like it. So I feel like this spread has the potential to give me answers, or to just encourage me to continue to sit in it. And I'm kind of dreading the potential that I feel like is coming to tell me to just sit in it and to let it be messy. Hello, Five of Wands. So I've got two decks here with me. They actually need to go this way in order of use. I have my deck, the Narrative Alchemy Tarot, which I will sort by chakra and then pull one for each chakra. And then the Outgrow Yourself Oracle, which I will use one with each card to show ways to move through to balance that energy. I do have a couple things with me here today. This is my rose quartz bowl of chakra crystals, and my little pendulum. I primarily use this as a weight to keep my mat where I want it. Also keeping my mat where I want it is a coaster made by my beloved Miranda, and my ice water, because I drink a lot of water. It's something that I use to mark the time at my muggle job. So days that I'm not muggling, I still, water is necessary for me severely. A few crystals that I have my piece of clear quartz. This has been present at every moon circle I've done. It lives on my desk. It lives with my decks. This piece is very important to me. I feel like it has more energy, has gone through it than any other crystal that I own. And then I also have my two pieces of polychrome jasper. Polychrome jasper helps us to reconnect to where we're going, to our inspiration, and it helps us to put our to put our intentions in action. And I feel like my cards are asking me, inviting me to stop, to be still, to just be in the messy middle. And I brought these as an acknowledgement of where I want to go, because I have a say in things. So these very well may be moved out of the frame once I get my cards laid out. But let's go. So the first thing I will do is sort my deck by chakra. I'll fast forward through that for you. So for those of you that may not know, this is, when I call this my deck, it's because it is. This is a deck that I created. This is the Narrative Alchemy Tarot. I am planning on doing a additional print run later in the year. That's really all I know. The financial the financial investment of printing up decks is significant, and I even with pre-orders, there's no guarantee, and I'm not in a space to just be able to throw out, you know, $1,000 to print 75 decks. So we've got a pin in it for now. It will happen. They're not gone forever. I just invite you to be patient. So if you want a deck, but I just wanted to acknowledge where they are and where they come from. So we'll start with the root chakra. So the root chakra is our sense of stability, of belonging. My sacral chakra, my sense of joy, creativity, community. Yellow is for the solar plexus. Solar plexus is center of power and purpose and passion. That second card really wanted to be there. My heart chakra, which is green. The heart chakra is how we experience love, how we express love toward ourselves and the world, any blockages that we have, or anything we can bring in to help us live more connected to our heart and love. I flipped that over. I didn't mean to, but I saw that, and that was encouraging. Next, for teal, we have third eye. Third eye is our connection to intuition, to acting in, making decisions in ways where we're connected fully to the wisdom of the earth, the wisdom of the divine, and our own internal wisdom. I usually flip cards over immediately, so not doing so is a little bit of a challenge for me. Just, you know, muscle memory. Next is the third eye. I'm sorry, I did it wrong. This is throat. Throat is how we show up in the world, how we express our inner truths externally, and how we interpret information from the world. And then we have third eye, which I already talked about. That one flipped over, so that one goes here. And then finally we have the crown chakra. The crown is purple. Crown is how we interact with source, how we can deepen our connection, how we can get out of our own way. And again, this reading is for me, but these are available on my website for you at a ridiculous reduction than how I offered them for months. I mean, a little more than half of what I was charging for the last year in order to make them more accessible, since so many of our financial situations have changed. Yeah, this is for sale on my website. But this, anything that resonates for you in this reading, I invite you to definitely partake in. But this, to be very clear, this reading is for me and looking at my chakras. So looking at my root, and how I am, how I'm feeling the need to protect. This does not feel like a call to protection. This feels like an invitation to recognize almost what I'm doing too much of, where my attention is going, and that may or may not be necessary. This feels more like, and it's right on, a tender spot as opposed to a call to action. And this is root chakra in my center of stability and anything that we can touch. So money, home, job, place in the family, all of that shows up in the root chakra. For the sacral chakra, I have celebration. This is an invitation to let myself experience the joyful things, even when things are also hard. To hold both of them at the same time. To encourage, to remember that community, and celebrating things like we have friends that got a new cat. So we got together a little welcome kit from Chewy of our cat's favorite toys to give to our little niblet kitten, Tessa. So yeah, celebrating things like getting new cats, not waiting for the big things to have. I mean, getting a cat is a big thing, but you know what I mean. Not waiting for births, weddings, graduations, etc. to hold celebrations. Moving to the solar plexus chakra, so connection to power and purpose and passion. We have methodical. Oh my gosh, this stupid. This Eight of Pentacles drives me nuts. The energy here of this Eight of Pentacles feels very much like a 5. Just shut up and do the work. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's the truth. It don't hurt. I just don't like it. Moving to my heart chakra, so how I experience love. Here I have hope, which is so very valid right now, and the hope that I'm holding to be able to. This is I love this line. So my hope is what empowers me to do the methodical work, which is what gives me something to celebrate, and which is what makes me feel like I don't have to be so vigilant in protection. And just going up, I want to acknowledge here we have wands, pentacles, and a major. So I love when a major shows up here in this. I see the heart chakra as our center, as the place where the lower chakras and the upper chakras like come together and are able to move out through action. So like our heart chakra extends from our chest out our shoulders, out our arms, and through our hands. So I really see the heart chakra as this middle point and out. And there was a time when I would have argued that our solar plexus was the center, but I'm realizing that that was a phase of life thing for me, not an overall experience, and moving into the heart chakra as the place of movement, the place of momentum, which comes from the methodical piece here in the Eight of Pentacles. It's all centered in hope. Moving up next to my throat. So how this one's always tricky for me. As you noticed when I was dealing them out, when I was pulling the cards, I kind of skipped this a little. And I think this is because I'm actually going to grab my Chrysocolla. Where are you, Chrysocolla? Here you are. To support my this is my favorite crystal ever. So the throat chakra is the center, is like our filter that looks at our sense of our experience of truth as we as we match our inner experience to the words that we move out, and also as we take information in and filter it for truth. So our throat is not just this, how our heart comes out through our voice, but also how what we get in our ears and in our eyes is filtered as it moves into our heart. So really seeing our throat, our neck, as both the distributor of truth and the interpreter of external truth. And I'm getting a lot of static down here from my root chakra that is impacting my throat. So so for throat, I have opportunity. So again, we have another pentacle here. So there's something I'm not seeing. There's a place where either what is coming in is going through a distorted filter, or what I'm trying to bring forward is being rerouted and not in its truest, most accessible, most understandable method going out. This goes really well with hope. I really like this opportunity here to examine my methods in my process. I know this happened last month too, but I really like how like friendships develop between the cards as I'm reading, and how that feels, how that feeds into the process of drawing the oracle cards as well. So moving now into my third eye, so how I interpret, how I allow my intuition to play in this is inquire. So I need to be asking questions. Don't assume you know everything. And I mentioned that I'm getting a lot of 5s in my daily draws and in my card for the month from Sincerely, and here in my space of my third eye, I have inquire. I have a 5. I have the Hierophant, which I read as an opportunity to make my own rules, to ask myself what I feel is valid, what needs to stay, and what needs to go, and to really cling to what resonates with me and to easily discard what doesn't. And this feels like a very close, like a way to respond to this protection over here, to really examine my thoughts, examine my assumptions, and how they are right now sincerely drifting toward this lower response in how to protect, where the closer response is seeing this as an opportunity. All right, I'm on board. So let's talk about the crown. I really stifled a groan there, friends, because this is a card I'm really struggling with. And it's the only cup, and the cup that I get is in the crown. So for my crown chakra, for my sense of connection to the divine, to source, I'm getting maturation. So to look at how my past, and this goes so well with the Hierophant here as well with inquire. Looking at my assumptions from my childhood, my assumptions from employment in the past, my assumptions of who I need to be as a wife, as a provider, as a protector, as a hustler, right? As someone who responds to every opportunity, as someone who asks a lot of questions, really being in this space of, is all of this truly, how much of this is past and what Chrissy is assuming and has assumed, and how much of this is, one, necessary, and two, in alignment with who I am today. So this crown chakra here, the only cup, the only feeling, the only emotion card, grown, is asking me to put, and the Hierophant here too, this inquire, all of this is on like the questioning table. That I question and I look at my assumptions and how they play into what I've assumed, what feels like knowledge and canon in how I respond to opportunity, how deeply I cling to hope, how deeply I cling to hustle culture, how I allow or don't allow celebrations, and what I feel like I need to protect. All of this is rooted in asking questions, moving past assumptions from the third eye and the crown. I'm going to refill my water and then I'll come back and we'll do the oracle cards. I also need to like just take a little walk from this. All right, friends, so I refilled my water. I spent a little cuddle time with my kitty cat, Miss Mersh. I brought a few different crystals back in the balancing work portion of the reading. I have a piece of garnierite, which is a reminder of not being forgotten by Source. It holds this energy of luck and protection, and it wants to go here. And then I also have a piece of Super 7, which amethyst, clear quartz, smoky quartz, multiple other things, lepidolite, just another crown chakra crystal that wanted to come and play. So I still have my polychrome jasper and my clear quartz. Either, I think they're like just out of frame for you all. I say that, I didn't check, I don't know. And my chrysocolla is just to the side over here by my water. So this is the current state of my chakras. And now we're going to move into the work that I can do to balance them this month. I'm going to work these. This is the Outgrow Yourself Oracle. This is the only oracle that I'm using in my practice in any way right now. It is also a tarot that's based in Thoth, which is not a system which I read. So I am able to take it just as an oracle. This deck is kind of, can be a little in my face. So my plan is, and sometimes, you know, what I plan to happen and what actually happens is not, does not always coincide or follow through. But my plan is to use these to create mantras for the month, one for each chakra, that I can use in a tapping practice for the month. So if you want to learn more about tapping, I'll tag my friend Lauren further down in the post. She is, I'll put her in the description box. She is an amazing resource both for to build tapping as a part of a spiritual practice, and also her past life readings have changed my life. That's another story for another day, but yes, my intention for this is not only to guide my meditation practice later today, but also to structure a tapping practice for the month. So as I shuffle, I acknowledge my roots, my sacral chakra, my solar plexus, my heart, my throat, my third eye, and source, my connection to source. Oh, throwing cards. I'll blame that on Herschel. She squeaked over there. I looked away. My cards went everywhere. And again, just like as I did my chakra reading, I'm going to lay these face down. My muscle memory is to flip them over immediately and to look at all of them together. So we'll see if I can fight that urge. So we have direction for my roots, direction for my sacral chakra, direction for my solar plexus, direction for my heart, direction for my throat, direction for my third eye, and direction for my crown chakra. So because in the reading, these two felt so very important, and like the guidance, this chakra, this reading definitely feels like top going down. That's how I'm going to read. That's the order that I'm going to read my guidance. So these are probably all going to be upside down. Oh, so for maturation, I have challenge your limits. And she's connected to her third eye here. So looking at this, something that this reminds me of immediately is how this resembles a warrior one in yoga. So how this reads to me is part of the work that I'm doing in the Six of Cups is this visceral assumption that I have that things aren't going to work out, that what is promised to me cannot come true, that what is commitments that are made to me, for me, expectations, personally, professionally, all of that, that it's all too good to be true. And this is asking me to challenge that assumption and to allow source to the connection to source, allowing that to help me to see things differently. So for inquire, for my third eye, so how I can connect better to my intuition. Oh, I love this. We have trust your tools. I'm going to tear up. My tools are internal. My tools are not social media and my email list. My tools are me. My tools are how I connect with myself. My tools are how I know my worth, how I know I trust my tarot practice. I trust my Reiki practice. I trust my tapping, my affirmations, my scripting, all of these things that are the first thing to go when I get busy. That's what I'm being invited to trust here, to go back, to find my answers by trusting the tools I already have, not looking outside, to get in touch with my tools, to find, to question the validity of the assumptions that I'm making all the way down the line. All right. So moving to my throat chakra and stepping into my opportunity to speak and hear with more truth. Again, I received opportunity. I'm sorry, grow through life, which is the Fool. And this comes back to me, to this inquiry, and how challenging my assumptions of my limits. The opportunity here is to experience, to understand truth differently, to let my perception, to allow my perception of truth and my expression of truth to mature. So this feels like this relating up here in the higher chakras, that this growing through life, this has happened. This is not a charge to grow. This is an opportunity to acknowledge and see this growth. And I really tried to read this as an oracle, but I cannot not notice that my Hierophant matches with the Magician and my Ace of Pentacles match with the Fool. So my heart chakra, my connection to love, how I express and receive love. Don't drown in a glass of water. Oh, okay. So this is very clearly taking time for me, not getting so deep in, and this is where I totally use this as an oracle because I have no idea what minor this represents. That I can get so caught up in how I care for and love others that I can get stuck in there and not acknowledge myself. So this feels like getting out of this forest of feelings of other people, and this is my muggle job. This is 100% my muggle job. Because it's good for me. It pays my bills. I love my work. Water is good, but I've got to step out of that. I want to look at my boundaries here. Energetically, not professionally. I tend to have this mindset of the 3 days a week that I do my muggle job, I do only my muggle job. And the 4 days a week that I don't, I try to catch up, where I see this as a reminder of like, I am also important on my muggle days. Moving to my solar plexus, my connection to power, purpose, passion, professionally. I had methodical, the 8 of Pentacles, and here I get the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords to me is Christina Yang talking to Meredith Grey and saying, "You're the sun, Meredith. Derek is not the sun." That's the Queen of Swords. This really, to me, pairs here with the Magician and this reminder of I don't have to be anything that I'm not already, to be methodical, that the work here to connect to my power, my passion, my purpose is not external movement, it's internal movement, which, and then I'm seeing here like the interesting, we've got the, how this methodical inquiry is really pairing together, because we have the yellow from the Magician coming into the solar plexus chakra, and we have the blue coming in here to the third eye. Now, I mean, this is teal. This could also be going into the throat with the exposure, the exposing of the true self as well, and letting the truth come through. This is where I feel I'm being encouraged to let the connection happen, but it feels like so far this is the work. The work is solar plexus, throat, and third eye, just based on the connections here with the truth of the solar plexus moving into the throat, with the yellow here really being paired in the Magician. I don't know why I'm not being pulled to the yellow here, but I'm not. This feels like the yellow connection. All right. So moving then to my sacral chakra and my sense of community, of joy, of just being able to experience emotion in general. Don't question your gifts. So like this is interesting. Like for me, I feel like this deck is actually pretty confrontational, and really bossy, and confronting, and what I'm receiving here today is just feels very, very root chakra, centering into myself. Challenge, trust, grow, boundaries, expose, don't question. This is a very, very powerful reading. And I'm assuming here virtue is a 3 of something, since she has 3 flowers here. And I really like 3s as the as like this magical, the thing is greater than the sum of its parts, right? So bringing 3 things together. The 3 of Pentacles are like 3 gifts that work together. The 3 of Cups is community, which fits right into the solar, or the sacral chakra. The 3s to me are very this magical grounding energy. So I can ground into my emotions by not questioning my gifts. And then how to respond to my need to respond, my need to react with a sense of protection. Oh my gosh, we have the Ace of Wands, welcome everything. So which then tells me that this is, I'm assuming these flowers here make this the 3 of Wands. I don't need to protect what I'm receiving if everything that I receive is safe and magic. So I am going to take some pictures. I'm going to glue this in my journal, and I'm going to develop a little tapping practice around these 7 calls to action. And actually I am feeling the need to draw 1 card to kind of ground it out, to just give a little bit of a cherry on top of this reading. You know what? I thought I was going to use this deck, but I'm not. I am going to go ahead and use the Outgrow Yourself. Honestly, because part of it is I'm really feeling this 1, 2, 3, there are 8 tapping points, right? So I kind of want to have 8 affirmations to tap through. So this will be just a general, how to move forward, how to get started. Yeah, so not like an overall, and this is how you do it, but this being the first step, this being the first. I say that, and this card may very well be like, nope, I'm the final. So I feel like this card is either going to be the introduction, either the capital letter or the punctuation, and I won't really know which until I see it. So final guidance for the month of September. You already have everything you need. Okay. This month is about awareness. This month is about going within. This month is not about building anything I don't already have. It's getting in touch with me. If you're interested in seeing the affirmations, the mantra practice that I work through, that I develop with these cards, please let me know and I would happily share. Again, I do offer these readings with a 20-minute guided Reiki meditation at the end. I'm going to seal in the energy of this work, both in the cards. I'm going to bring in my piece of clear quartz to kind of like pull all this together. I'm going to seal this work into my own chakra system. And I thank you all for being here with me. I hope you have a great day and a lovely September.